Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Game God Fluent, bringing you episode 14 of Let's Play Vagrus, the Riven Realms Prologue. This may be the last episode of my new batch. It's pretty late at night here in the AM of the next day, so I should probably start on Temple of the Abyssal Winds later today. So stay tuned for that coming up, but this may be the last one. We'll see. I'm a little stuffed up as well, so I apologize for that. So let's go ahead and see what we can get accomplished today. It's been one heck of a ride, if only for a few episodes. I'm going to go ahead and light a smoke. Market prices on goods are dynamic. Yeah, we know that. We're here in Avernum. We made it back. We got paid very well for everything. We learned about wraiths. Well, we're going to. We met a wraith or something. Wraiths are diminutive subterranean humanoids native to the caverns below Devon. They manage to spread over the whole continent despite their awful reputation as thieves and corpse eaters. Their appearance: they're small, furtive creatures, white-skinned, completely hairless, black-eyed, armed with jagged teeth that can tear flesh. They can see perfectly in the dark, but are allergic to sunlight. Wraiths can contort their bones and bodies to fit into small crevices. They are known for their ability to digest a lot of things that would kill others. Their resistance to toxin and diseases is astounding. History: the creatures colloquially called wraiths are one of the children of the calamity, that is, beings that were transformed by the immense arcane powers unleashed in the catastrophe. Such mutations could not have occurred in a matter of a century normally, yet they did, aided by unspeakable magical forces unleashed as well as the fallout that remained. Thus the people of the city of Devon changed into the wraiths inside their underground shelters several decades after the calamity struck. They spent centuries down there in the tunnels, buried under the ruins of the city before the new empire rediscovered them and thus adapted to their environs astonishingly. Culture: since their discovery, wraiths have spread slowly but steadily throughout the empire, though they mostly keep to places where there is little light or where one can hide from it. Therefore, they travel rarely. Due to their unsavory reputation of being corpse eaters, the Church of Oscul demonizes them, and the general population distrusts them. However, this gives them the ability to move unseen by most who turn away from them. Though they do not have a culture of their own, they do stick together and form communities within communities, following their own leaders and agendas, which mostly involves getting rich. They do prefer eating uncooked, rotting meat, preferably fresh from carcasses. Oof. Okay, and there's more here. I'm not going to go into more lore right now, I don't think. I guess maybe we can go into Vitrar. Because Vitrar was pretty interesting too, and it's something that we actively just discovered. This village is home to the Vitrar tribe of the Sadavar people, who call the Searing Plains their home. It was built in and around a lush oasis of many lakes and ponds. Each of the four great Sadavar tribes is connected to an elemental great spirit, the Vitrar being worshippers and keepers of water, and thus their culture, magic, and beliefs revolve around the element of water. They are the least numerous and most obscure of the nomadic Sadavar. The village mirrors this perfectly, built in an oasis around a set of large ponds. The yellow-white sandstone buildings are painted blue or sometimes green and are beset by palm trees and other vegetation. Primitive but effective aqueducts and pools make the village a well-irrigated and very pleasant place. Part of Vitrar stands over the lakes on stilts. The oasis is guarded by fierce tribal warriors, outriders on large lizards or insects. Several small sandstone forts were raised to defend the precious water supplies. History: Vitrar was among the first oases to be settled after the Sadavar emerged from their vaults following the first few post-calamity centuries. The tribe has managed to keep the grand oases intact by great effort throughout the centuries, though the sandworms and other conflicts have largely avoided the place. Pretty blessed then. Okay, so I'm not sure what this other stuff is. I don't know where the jagged waste is. That might be interesting. I find this world utterly fascinating, but we haven't really gotten into the lore that much since I've been back here, you know, returning to the series. But Anyway, oh, there's Devon. We're almost at our destination, guys. Huh, you know what? Maybe I'll schedule this for another day. Oh, we're over here, but still, we're closer to that, I guess, than we were up here, which is Scrap Heap, I think, or about halfway. Today, we're going to head to the Omphalat Outpost. And do we enter Avernum again? Yeah, we have to. I don't think we spent the night, did we? We're only fresh. Pay the gate tax, 2 changers, whatever. Go to the fighting pit. Bet on the fights. You know, expert in pit fights, but you may get lucky. Enter the roster. It's risky, but might be worth it. Seek out the medicos. It might be beneficial to your own crew. We can purchase medical supplies. We don't really need medical supplies. The fat Medicos greets you with a smile. She's quite a disgusting character, but they say she's really good at what she does, patching up pit fighters from wounds that by all rights should kill them. The Medicos has a lot of spare medical supplies, since there's only been a few fights and she's willing to part with them. We can bet on the fights daily, apparently. Story is in alignment to enter the roster. You know, I'm kind of itching to get to the main game, even though this may be the last episode, but I think whatever brings us closer to the main, playing the base game, as this is just the prologue, I think that would be good. So, let's see here. Do we have any trinkets to equip? No. Okay. Does Sidarius have any? No. Because he's going to be leaving soon enough. Let's check our cargo. We only have 5 days of supplies. We're going to stay at the Moncio. Do we need crew? We have enough workforce. Let's see, do we have enough fighters? We have enough fighters to be partially defended. 11, we have 12. Let's buy another one. Actually. And let's buy another one. And let's go ahead and buy a mount since we have all this money. The mount is a reptile. We'll buy the mount and we'll make another outrider. So, very good. Takes us to 218, which seems a little low, but okay. 125 consumption. Let's see here. Crew. Slaves. I'm going to hire one more fighter. Because we're getting into a big battle here. So it's going to help. No rumors. Any passengers? We're not going back to Utvarar. We are headed toward Ash, so we'll take the travelers hailing from Ash. There's no news exchange. We could rest. Is there anything daily we want to do before that, though? We have 41 bras. We can look at equipment. We have... I think the tool slot is open, so I can go ahead and either put mining equipment in there, or what are these? Navigation. Is there any navigation equipment? Good quality tools can go in. Tools. Perimeter alarms. We already have those. Protected harnesses, defense. What other slot? We have a sorcery slot open. We have standard armaments. Mining equipment gives 1 to prospecting, or good quality tools gives 5% worker workforce, or 1 to prospecting. If we look at prospecting, we have 1 point, so it'd be a 2nd point. Mining, scavenging, and digging things up. That sounds pretty cool. Based on like the fact that it probably gives more loot and stuff. We have 19 insight. Wow. I think I'm going to buy the mining equipment. We have enough workforce. 5% workforce. Let's see. If we go to crew, 13%, 10% 10% of that would be 1.3, and 5% would be 0.8, so take us to 14 basically. I'm just going to go ahead and probably purchase this mining equipment. I don't know, it's very expensive. Let's maybe play it safe and just buy the good quality tools for cheap. We'll put them in the tool slot. That takes our workforce. Yep. Oh, 13.59, I guess. Or maybe it lowered the workforce needed. Let's check this actually. Oops, not that. Put that on unequipped. Now it's 11.25, 13.17. So it splits between the two. It raised the workforce needed, but also the total workforce. I don't know. There's no navigation tools we can buy. We have guard animals. Average price of owned stock, 6.4. I don't think there's hunting animals. 5 chase, 8 combat strength. A pack of Makoru trained to sniff out and run down prey. Versus guard animals, flee, vigilance, 5 vigilance during camping, and even 1 perceptive. So that's probably better to keep. I can go in animals though instead of defense. What is the slot right now? It is animals, okay. Is there a defense slot open? That is in harnesses, so that's fine. Protected harnesses. We don't have an animal slot open. We can only have one type of animal. It would only be navigation, and there's just not anything for navigation. Traveling saddles. That affects the consumption. Not ideal for a fight, but make mounted travel much more comfortable. So for saddles, these are protected. I would rather the defense. Blinders and combat saddles. Now that's pretty interesting. 10 chase, 1 outrider combat strength, 1 outrider defense. Not that great of a bonus compared to protected harnesses, which aren't even sold here. Oh yeah, they are. These are just more defensive and about the same price. Alright, so let's go see if there's anything. Do we want to spend our vigilance right now? We can't anyway, because it's not in the story, but we can spend it on ourselves, perhaps. And what is this button? The undo button, I guess. Deputies. Yeah, we could open another deputy slot. It's not really necessary. I could use more resourcefulness, but I kind of don't use it enough as is. Boost. Temporarily raise the level of the companion skills in combat. Command. Use resourcefulness to unlock advanced actions in crew combat. Empower. Grant power to a companion. Encourage. Raise crew morale when camping or resting. That's pretty nice. They're all nice. Enhance. Raise success chance of tests in events. Reroll available contracts and settlements. Traverse. March. Turn march points into movement points on the campaign map. Wow. And that costs 8 insight and 4 resourcefulness. And to even upgrade that to 7 would take 14. That's crazy. Can't look at the perk summary. We could get the next level of charismatic, savvy to negotiate. But we also have negotiate, I think. Persuasion. Strong-minded. Okay, so traverse would be really interesting. Resourcefulness restores every camp, I think, so we could cast this. It's going to take 4 resourcefulness, But then we'll have 2 left for combat, and then we can go ahead and rest and use the march points into movement points again. So I'm actually going to get Traverse. I like that. So we'll grab that. That's all we'll spend for now. Lavinius is okay. Don't ever call him the blue-faced. Sell the jade figurine. Scornar says it's perfect for his mantelpiece. Boom, 5 brass. Wasn't there anything else we picked up? We can buy bogweed, buy a slave. Let's see if he can lend you muscle. Someone to stand along you in the fighting pits. Need fighters. Scorner has some fellows who'd be willing to leave Avernum for good wages, but fewer than 6 fighters required. We have 14. Interesting. Very cheap fighters, I guess. We don't need muscle now. Was that listed in a rumor or something, not to call him the blue-faced? Where would I find that? I think we just heard that in some sort of thing. We didn't capture the outlaw chieftain. We're just going to leave that abandoned. Smolderbone Flats. Let's see. Seek out the foundries. There's nothing to smelt. Equipment made of metal. Reinforced carts. What does this do again? Reinforced cart wheels cannot be owned. I don't understand that. Oh, we don't own reinforced cart wheels, or else we wouldn't be able to do this. Yeah, let's do that. Place an order. You talk to several smiths about how to make your carts more resilient by reinforcing them with metal. Eventually you come to an accord. You'll provide the metal and a fee, and it will take a few days to complete this task. Avernum is a city. Oh, place an order for reinforced carts. It'll take 3 days to complete. What did that do for our metal? I forgot about supplying the metal. I guess it used a little bit of bronze. Since we're going to Devon, we should probably go ahead and buy a little more bronze, a little more copper, a little more bronze, one more copper, I guess, because it's probably going to be pretty nice over there. Satirar bone necklace. Are we wearing that? We sold the jade figurine, which is good. Row of small carved bones and beast fangs on a leather strap, sometimes worn by Satirar tribesmen. 27 medical supplies. Yeah, we have plenty. Let's grab more. Well, now we have to stay the night quite a bit here. So we have the money. So let's probably go ahead and rest once. Let's see. Morale, vigor, nutrition. 2 morale, 2 nutrition. Could probably do that one. 1 morale, vigor, nutrition. Let's do morale, vigor, nutrition. Gain 1 to 2 obedience by disciplining a slave. We'll discipline a slave. Compliant. We'll pay now because there's a good amount accrued. Any odd jobs? Nah. Anybody need healing? Tribesman dreaming of the city. Minus a blacksmith and his family, but we did pick up the travelers hailing from Ash. We should have picked them up later because we're picking them up and then staying for 3 days. We're not going to get a tip, but in the day. So we have 3 days to rest. We'll receive local news. That refreshes anything story-wise we can do. Could still buy a magical candle, but no. It would only be for Sidarius, and he's going to leave, so... Well, you know what? Let's buy a magic candle. 10% magic resist is worth it. Bones in the city's walls. We heard that. Leave the necropolis. Just want to see if there's anything else. The Temple of Sergorod. For 7 changers, we could ask Sergorod to grant us power. Grant you power in return for a sacrifice of a mount. Ask them to curse our enemies. Deliver the belongings of Sidarius' dead companions. Sergorodite arms. Give them the holy symbols only. The priest growl a short blessing and assure you that Sergorod will not forget you returning the belongings of his lost servants. You thank them before leaving. I think we did that already. No, now it disappeared. We didn't get anything for that, though. Grant you power in return for serving him. Interesting. You ask the priest to grant you Sergorod's power. After you are deemed eligible, a priest begins chanting an angry prayer in front of the god's altar. A handful of novices join in. In a matter of minutes, the chant reaches its crescendo, and the priest turns to you, eyes ablaze with a raging dark energy. He reaches out and touches your forehead. Oh boy. An anxious, restless power, not unlike a cold rage, saturates you and gives you focus. For a long time afterward, you feel you have the energy to do anything, and this seems to inspire your crew, too. Not sure I should have did that, but it doesn't say what it does. We just gained the blessing of Sergorod. Not the nicest god to ever be blessed by, right? Not going to have him curse our enemies. Let's go see what that does. Looks like our combat went up from it. Where would we see a blessing? There it is for 7 days. 10% combat strength, 1 max vigor. That's very nice. I don't know if it does anything to us. Plus 10 accuracy and 5 critical to everybody, too. Wow. I don't know if it does anything for us, like, lore-wise or role-playing-wise. But, it is good, I guess, in this sense. We have 3 days of supplies. I guess we can rest again. What else is there? Visit the Slag Fort. Go to the bounty office. There is nothing. Oh, we can explore the city once per day. I forgot to do that. Visit the sorcerer. Sell the bone necklace. Set our bone necklace for 1 Leerg. Sure, I guess. We have nothing to be identified. Let's go ahead and explore and see what we find. You walk the streets of the city under ashen skies, taking a few of your best with you. Avernum is large, a city of opportunities, but also of untold dangers. One can find all sorts of interesting things if one looks. We'll go for a walk and see what we can find. 3 brothers from Larnak seek you out upon your return to the Moncio after you've spent several hours exploring the city. The brothers heard about your comitatus and destination in the east. They would like to join you to share the burden of the road. All 3 of them are skilled fighters, and they would like to reach Ash, where their associates are waiting for them. They will pay you when they get there. Nice. I'll send for you when we set out. It may take a few days to conclude my business here. Take the brothers with you when you leave Avernum. Okay, so that's our daily explorer. Cool. Starting to really get the hang of this game, but sadly, this might be the last episode. How do I get more movement points? Scoutmaster. Oh, plus vigor. Max March is morale. Let's go ahead and rest again. Nourished and energetic or invigorated. Well-fed. Compliant. Fervent. Let's go to well-nourished. Pay now. Yeah, we're going to make sure we're good to go. That's for sure. Okay, we're down to 26, so I got to be a little bit careful here. Scrappers. Should just grab the news when we leave. Okay, so new day. We can visit the Is it the day to pick up the... They're not ready yet. Come back later. Let's explore the city then. While spending some time visiting Avernum's several Monsios, you meet a small group of water merchants from up north. You fall into conversation and find each other amicable enough to talk business. The merchants want to travel to Vitrar in a few days to broker a deal with the Sadavar tribesmen who dwell there. They do not have a comitatus of their own and ask you to take them there. Even though Vitrar is not on your way towards Ash, you could make a detour if they make it worth your while. Accept their offer. They will pay you 1 lyric now and another when you arrive. It may not be much, but who knows? There may be other opportunities at Vitrar. Decline their offer. We have more business elsewhere. Okay, one more night in the Mancio. Is there anybody we want to take along still with us? I think we're good to go. We need supplies. We have 2 days of... Well, we'll have enough for tonight. Wow, we're at the highest that any of this is going to take us. 9 invigorated, 9 well nourished, 8 subservient, 9 fervent morale. We'll pay now. And since we're getting a point of vigor, might as well do odd jobs, no? Oh, it would still cost us. Alright, let's end the day. Let's go pick up our reinforced wheels. Your cart reinforcement is ready. 2 brass, 6 lyric, 9 changers. And these go on the miscellaneous. We don't have a miscellaneous slot. 10 fleet, 2 max march. That's awesome. They're reinforced by iron. But we don't have a miscellaneous slot. Do I even buy them at this point? You can't sell these things, can you? I guess you can. But I'm not going to be able to sell them for more than what I just pay for them here. Definitely, is this the miscellaneous slot? No, that's arms. Standard armaments. Apologize for being so stuffed up, guys. I know it sounds terrible. Perimeter alarms is miscellaneous. Okay, so instead of perimeter alarms, 20 vigilance while camping. I don't really care as much for that as I would for 2 max march and 10 flee. Only 1 wheel upgrade, and it's 50% of the local price too. So we could essentially sell them maybe and make a profit. Or make the same, but it would cost us double that if we were to buy these. So let's put these on. Definitely an upgrade. March is 7, plus we have the traverse skill, which will turn that into marching points. Wow. We'll be on our way. I'll keep the perimeter alarms in case we ever need them. Now it is time to buy supplies. And it looks like that copper and stuff we bought, we're going to have to sell off anyway. So we're losing money on this, but let's sell some copper. Wow, we do not have that much money. We have 7 days of food, and if we check the charts, that's going to be more than enough. All we have to, well, we only need 3 to 4 to get there, but to get to Ash completely, 6 to 7 days of travel. Maybe this won't be the last episode, and I'll just try to finish the prologue. So maybe a few more episodes, I don't know, we'll see. Look, I could come down here though to the Mirage. I could come down here probably to do different things. But here's where we're headed. There's Loom. What is Loom? There's nothing there. Mirage is a village. Crystal is a village. But anyway, we just have to make it to the outpost, and we can probably buy more supplies there, I would imagine. 2 days travel, 6 to 7 days travel. I don't know why that's so hard to get to, but it is in the Wayward Ash. Stone Thorn. Oh, there's Scrap Heap. That's where we started. So we haven't gone that far, but we got through some really treacherous terrain here. So anyway, oh, we're really running low on money. Let me sell a little more copper. I should buy a little more supplies, just in case we have to go all the way to Ash, but this should be fine. Yeah, okay. I guess we're ready to go. Let's receive the local news. Any last minute passengers? No. We can explore the city. Does it cost anything to explore? Available daily. You climb the stairs and terraces that lead up to the higher tier of the city. It is quite tough in the choking smog, yet pays off when the musky scent of mushrooms hits your nose. Opening from a side street is one of the entrances to the public gardens of Avernum. You decide to take a walk and clear your head. Winding pathways create a veritable maze among the trunks of the great mushrooms that stand thick as trees of a forest. Under the canopy of the caps, the soothing darkness is only broken by well-placed crystal lamps along the cobbled paths. It is like stepping into another world. There's no drifting ash nor the clamor of the city. The air is cool, not as dry as out in the streets. You sit down in one of the gazebos and ruminate for hours. It is most tranquil here. It sounds cool. You're in a good mood after you rest in the gardens and it radiates to others, +1 morale. Everything is complete. Yeah, we still have a Blessing of Sigurd a little bit left. I'm not going to mess with the fighting pits. As cool as that would be. Could I get another blessing? No, see. We'd have to either pay for it or something along those lines. So, I always forget how to get out of here. Leave the temple, okay. Leave the city. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. You make ready to leave Avernum. Nothing prevents you from leaving now. I've already paid the tax. Oh, you're finally outside the city gates. The Comitana stretches out into a line and you start to head towards your destination. The 3 brothers you promised to take to Ash await you here. You take them along. And that's going to make the consumption go up a lot. Anyway, look at our stats. Be right back, guys. 1 second. Alright, we're back, guys. Let me just get situated here. The journal updated for the 3 brothers as an active objective. Take them to Ash, huh? Hope they're not like spies or something and they turn on us. Let's head out. Now our charts say go southeast. Down that way. Direct line would be this way. Follett outpost. Come here. Probably make it to Follett in 1 day. Oh, this can be done every 3 days, it says. Reallocate 3 march point movements to regular movement points. Oh, I didn't realize that was the deal. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it, though. And, head right here for 1 march. No big deal. We'll camp. Devoted, fervent, nourished, invigorated. No bonus, no penalties. 3 brothers. What about supplies? 250, 246. 10% chance something bad happens. Failure would mean lesser supplies. Takes us down to energetic. Well, we're getting to the outpost soon, so I don't see why we shouldn't. 15 supplies, it was a fail. Hunting was a fail, alright. Not really going to bother scouting either because it uses movement points. I'm sure we're missing a ton of stuff, but let's see, from here to get to their last, we still have a fight at the final abolitionist camp. That's going to be like right here or right here, I think. Anyway, let's head to the outpost for now. Enter. Just top off a little on supplies. The Comitatus makes its way across the jagged, bone-hued reaches of the Smolderbone Flats when you glimpse a rather distinct formation from afar. First, you believe it to be an unusually tall rock, but that observation is only half true. Upon approach, you realize it is some kind of watchtower, carved out from one of the region's characteristic natural stone spires. Its entrance is shielded by an awning and several guardsmen loiter around it. They appear quite relaxed, from what you could conclude that there must be other unseen, maybe even magical security around. Atop the tower, a ragged flag thrashes about, depicting a manticore, clearly the crest of the Venari trading house. Oh, so this is that trading house, and we got some insight for discovering Fallout outpost. Based upon the fact you are in one of Smolderbone's more volcanic territories, you have a pretty good guess as to what this building might be. The entrance to one of the several underground mushroom plantations in the area. This might prove to be an excellent trading opportunity. You approach. The guards at the entrance get somewhat more attentive as you stride towards them, but still not exactly worried or alert. You'd say they are used to dealing with Comitati, and being in the employ of merchants might even welcome them. The way they address you supports this assumption. Well met, Vagrus. If you wish to trade, the Fallout outpost welcomes you. Step inside, but first leave all your weapons to our care. Rest assured they will be returned once you depart. This doesn't seem like a good idea, but abandon your weapons and enter the outpost. You entrust your weapons to the guards and enter the tower, followed only by some of your closest companions. Several watchmen escort you down a spiral staircase worked into the malleable ground. Unsurprisingly, the tower was just a front for the volcanic caverns sprawling beneath the surface. Descending on a complex array of vast racks carved from bone, you finally enter a huge subterranean grotto of pale luminescence. The place is riddled with a sweet, musky scent and tall tree-like fungi, each of them gently glowing in the dark. Between them there are small huts of clay and a multitude of workers scurrying around the stems doing harvest work, some on ladders, some on ropes dangling from the caps high above, again others tending to the mushrooms with fertilizers and dung. A pale, half-naked man with exceptionally bulbous eyes walks towards you smiling, arms wide open. Ah, new business partners, I reckon. Welcome. It's been quite a while since we've had the pleasure to speak with fellow merchants. My name is Kuath, and I am a superintendent for this humble farming operation of the Venari trading family. How may I assist you? Perceptive required. Kuath looks like he's a bit on edge. Maybe you should press him about that. Although he tries to hide it, Superintendent Kuath is visibly nervous. Is there some kind of a problem, you ask? What? No problem? A problem? No, nothing that should concern you. Just the regular stress of being responsible for everything around here. We could use Javik's talents to resourcefulness. We have a high chance to... We can use 2 resourcefulness to make it even higher. Come now, you can tell me. Maybe I can help. Try to persuade him to talk. Test success. So be it, but not here. Follow me. Kuath leads you to a small cavern opening from the back wall of the larger grotto and separated by a rag curtain from the rest of the farm. Judging from the piles of scrolls stacked on a desk and on the shelves, this must be his office. Even most of the workers don't know, hence the need for privacy. I'm not sure I can trust you, but I'm in dire need of someone competent, or at least more mobile than me. Spit it out. Superintendent Kuath sighs. Might as well tell you. See, a couple of months ago our mushrooms started withering, nay, rotting, which is a bit strange for something that thrives on rot to begin with. My best guess is that after exhausting the upper layers of the soil, we dug too deep and unleashed something. Maybe some kind of a magical effect, some anomaly, a residue from the calamity. We didn't even notice it in the beginning because apparently the rot eats the fungi from the inside. The first sign was when some of the workers started getting sick. Oh, it's not exactly lethal, at least not right away, but it dehydrates and weakens anyone who digests the mushrooms to a degree that makes survival in the wasteland extremely difficult, if not outright impossible. And then there's the spores that might spread the contagion further. You listen as the superintendent goes on. Wow, we almost bought some of these mushrooms. Doesn't appear to be very contagious, but of course we quarantined the afflicted. Only a few select workers know. The rest were told it's a case of scurvy, which is quite believable as we tend to follow a rather simple diet down here. Meanwhile, we had just enough upper caves left to keep on harvesting healthy specimens for a while. Seeing your alarmed expression, he adds, Oh, don't worry. Should you have purchased some of our goods already, let me assure you that we still have a large quantity of uncontaminated mushrooms. We are looking for profit, yes, but that doesn't include losing our potential long-term customers to disease. You must understand that this whole operation was entrusted to me, and my Venari superiors are unforgiving, to put it mildly. I hoped I could find a remedy before it's too late, but now, I must admit I'm at my wit's end. You seem to be someone of vast resources. Maybe you could help me out? I wouldn't be ungrateful. Okay, I'm not sure I'm the right person for the job, but let's see. What would you have me do? Guess you'd like your employers to remain unaware. I could be persuaded to make sure of that for a price. This is none of my business. You decide to leave. Not sure I'm the right person for the job, but let's see. What would you have me do? First, you might want to take a look at some of the contaminated fungi. Who knows, maybe with the right skills you could come to some conclusion right here. Else, if you don't think you're up to the task of quite understandably do not want to risk getting infected, there is a sorcerer acquaintance of mine dwelling in Avernum. I have a few samples stowed away in vials which make it safe to carry them. Maybe you could bring them there and see what he makes of them. Okay, let me just... Can I pause out of here for a second? Look at my Vagrus. No, not really. Oh, wait. No. Do we have the magic sense for this? Let me see those infected specimens. Kuoth beckons you to follow him. Oh, we have a very low chance of success. You descend into the lower regions of the grotto, and as you walk, you can see the workers getting more and more sparse. This was such a bad idea. Finally, you stand before a cave entrance guarded by 4 watchmen and blocked by a makeshift palisade. The superintendent bids the guards to move it aside. I won't follow you in there, as I'm afraid I've already been exposed too much to the contamination. I'd also advise you to wear this. With that, he hands you a bone-framed mask made from some organic matter. It's beast skin infused with vinegar, he explains. The only thing we found to block the infection, for a while. Still, better be quick about it. You enter and find yourself in a small chamber with a table in the middle. On the table, several samples of fungus flesh are displayed, all in various stages of decay. The first one looks almost completely healthy, apart from a few minuscule black dots on its surface. But as you progress to examine all of them, you can see this is a neat display of how the sickness destroys the plantation's stock. The last mushroom is but a foul, shriveled thing, dead as it gets, but somehow still emitting small, dark clouds of spores. Pressing your mask onto your face, you begin the examination. This is terrible. We have a low chance of success. Success! Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. You dissect and examine the specimens laid out before you expertly, and after a while you seem to find what the problem is. After working for the better part of an hour, you leave the chamber. Superintendent Kuoth stares expectantly at you. The issue is not grave, nonetheless it is serious, you start to explain. What affects your fungi seems to be partly natural, but enhanced by some magical anomaly, most likely a leftover from the calamity that's been buried deep underground until now. Thus, you need a combination of common disinfectants and enchantments. Then you go on to give a long list of the components required to stop the infection. I don't know how I know all that too well, but okay. Of course, I won't be able to provide you those, but at least now you have something to build upon. Get yourself an expert herbalist and a sorcerer, and you should be alright. Kuoth couldn't be more thankful. As you take your leave, he makes sure to reward you with a generous amount of uncontaminated fungi. I would still like to trade. You visit Master Praug here, the trader of the outpost. Plus 30 mushrooms. Praug here is staring at a slate ledger, as you walk up to him. Now what can I do you for? Let's do business. I need supplies, bruh. Praug here looks at you expectantly. I figured the outpost would have supplies. 10 sacks of ghost mushrooms, 50 sacks of ghost mushrooms. I own 30, and it's 30% of the local price. That's very cheap. A sack of dried mushrooms, very popular as an ingredient for food and drink due to its wide availability. Let's buy 50 sacks. Thank you for your purchase. Anything else? Do you wish to buy something else? We have 0 free cargo slots. Can I buy another 50? No, just leave. You ascend the racks and the spiral staircase. As you return to the surface tower, the guards hand back your weapons and you return to the Comitatus. Let's go, folks. I'm done here. We have 5 days of food. I can't believe there's no... Oh, we can get supplies probably from the abolitionist camp. That'll take us into Ash, I think, hopefully. because that's still 4 to 5 days away. Avernum's getting further away if we continue this route. Plus we have to kind of spend some time trying to figure out where exactly to go and to fight this battle. We're going to move one more time here. In terms of this episode, I think we're going to march. I have 5 march points, but it's going to drive us into the ground health-wise, right? Or is that... do we have to go all the way down there? It might just be right there, or it could be here or here. Probably here. Oh, man, I don't know what to do. Let's march a little bit. We're going to need to spend all our points. Oh, probably here. Let's camp. We're well rested. We'll post guards. We have enough. Well fed. Do not want to cut the food right now. Acquiring supplies would take us to fresh. You know what? We need the supplies, I think, so... no, it's such horrible chances and we don't get much. Alright, let's just end the day. Alright guys, so I want to thank you for joining me. Game saved automatically. It's been 46 minutes, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. As I said, oh, nice zoom out. Might be right there. And then to get to Ash, we have to probably go all the way down here, right? And come like around. I don't know, it's going to be wicked, guys, so I hope you join me for that. Stay tuned. I don't know if this is the last episode, as I said. We may try to get this fight in next time. We'll see. So hope you join me if I do make more, and hope you enjoyed this and the return to the Vagrus LP. It's been a lot of fun for me. Thank you guys for watching and spending your time here. Much love, peace, and joy. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time, where it may be a video of the Temple of the Abyssal Winds. So we'll see, but yeah, peace out, guys.